But the Coakley people say the Globe poll is a total outlier and that the race is in fact neck and neck.
Well, I've certainly said for a long time that I've been pleased with the response we've gotten from voters across the Commonwealth. Everywhere we've gone, as we've talked about our plans to improve the economy and improve our schools and bring bipartisanship to Beacon Hill. And we were very far behind not so long ago, and it's pretty clear at this point the race is either tied or we're a little ahead. So I feel really good about the momentum, and I feel really good about the vibe I get on the street every day.
She today said that you're trying to mask being a Republican, that you're trying to tout more of this independent thing. What do you say to that?
Well, I talk a lot about bipartisanship and the value of balance. I mean, my mom's a Democrat and my dad's a Republican. I grew up in a household listening to them debate the issues. But I also think voters, as I've gone around the Commonwealth, they want more balance and they want that sort of bipartisanship on Beacon Hill. Look, they're not happy with the probation scandal. They're not happy with the tragedies at DCF. They're not happy with the fact the medical marijuana rollout has been a disaster. They're not happy with any of this stuff. They're not happy with the fact that they've been nickel and dime to death on taxes, gas taxes, sales taxes, satellite TV taxes, property taxes. So there are a lot of voters out there that are looking for that kind of bipartisanship and that kind of balance. They want a governor who's going to tighten the belt and bring some fiscal discipline to Beacon Hill. The Attorney General's made pretty clear that she's not just open to raising taxes, she's open to raising taxes on all kinds of things. And I think voters, for the most part, feel pretty strapped at this point and want a state government that's going to be as sort of tight-fisted as they've been.
Debate tomorrow, how crucial is that one weekend?
Well, I think every debate is an opportunity to get my message out to voters about how to improve the economy and improve our schools and bring that kind of bipartisanship and balance to Beacon Hill. And I look forward to those. I mean, it's just one more chance to talk to the voters about my goals and my vision for Massachusetts and my experience.
A lot of people in the Haitian community believe that if you win the election, all the social benefits will be cut. How do you respond to that?
Look, for the past 8 years, I've talked to a lot of people in every community, including many communities of color, and they've been horribly disappointed by what they've seen coming out of Beacon Hill. And by the way, I'm still the only candidate in this race that's actually put together an urban agenda to work on improving schools and improving the economy and straightening out some of our social programs. And I think many ways that's part of the reason why we've been pretty successful at creating support for our campaign in cities across the Commonwealth. And what I would say, I guess, to voters in every community is, how have things been for the past 7 or 8 years? Do you really think things have gotten tremendously better? I mean, many of the opportunities that I'm talking about, I worked with people in the community build and develop. That urban agenda was done after dozens and dozens of meetings with people in communities of color and people in cities, sitting in their living rooms, sitting in their church parlors, talking to them about what their problems and their concerns are and what we can do about it. And I was proud to have 40 or 50 members of the Greater Boston's communities of color stand beside me when we announced that urban agenda 2 weeks ago.
Yesterday, the candidate for lieutenant governor was in the Haitian community. Today you are. Why is that? And if you win, if you were to make a promise to the Haitian community, what will it be?
The big promise I'd make is I spent a bunch of time in this community during the course of the campaign, and if I'm fortunate enough to get elected governor, they will see me a lot over the course of the next 4 years. I'm not one of these people who just shows up when it's campaign season. I'm one of these people who shows up all the time, and I'm proud to have the support of folks like this in the community because people know that I'm serious about developing and implementing that urban agenda. And I come back to the fact that, you know, the Attorney General's talked a lot about my faults and my problems over the course of this race because she hasn't put forth plans on things like what is her urban agenda, what is her plan to create jobs, what is her plan to make schools better. We have comprehensive proposals out on all those issues because we think that's what voters want to know. What are you going to do to make the communities better? What are you going to do to make the Commonwealth better? What are you going to do to create jobs? We've been very aggressive and explicit about all of that. And the Attorney General's campaign has spent most of their time just talking about me because they haven't been talking about plans and visions for the future. And I think what most voters want to know, including voters here, is what are you going to do to improve the economy, improve schools, and make things better?
All right, thanks, guys.
Well, Folks, thank you so very much for all of you to come out there today. It is certainly a great pleasure that I welcome this man that I have learned to appreciate and to believe in. And seriously, when it was time, Charlie came into my office, he sat down together with me, and ever since, it's been a relationship that has been building a momentum. And I truly appreciate that, the fact that he has put in the time within this community, and he guarantees me that, I think he borrows my statement, by the way. He is coming back. He is not going to be the candidate who's just coming in here just to seek for the help of the people to get him elected. But he's going to come back, and he's concerned. When you are with Charlie, Charlie takes notes. He pays attention, and he shows that he's concerned. So I think what he wants to do is certainly to share back with the community that is so direly in need to really get a lift up. And I think with you, I can almost guarantee that. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks,
All right.
guys. Thank you.
Thanks, pal. Good to see you.
All the way. We'll make it happen.